That's the contract stage right there, right? Now you have what they call the equitable interest in the property, right? So let's go through this again. Data, property addresses, and owners information, bulk. Okay, you can get that with empirebigdata.com, PropStream, the software, right? And then stage 2, you use the same software to pull their contact information using a process called the skip tracing. Okay, skip tracing is basically a system that goes and find the contact information, okay, like phone numbers, so you can text message, or you can use text message, you can use direct phone call. Some people cold call, some people direct text message, but this thing goes directly to human being's best friend. This is something that everyone carries to bed, they carry to the bathroom to go poop. It goes directly to this, right? And when it goes here, they say, hey, I'm calling about a property, 123 Main Street. Yes, what about it? I was wondering if you would like to sell the property. Maybe, what's your offer? The conversation has started, an interest was generated, a lead was generated, and if you have a conversation, you're able to negotiate, something that we cover in the training, in the back end, realestatemoneysecrets.com, right? Then you're able to lock in a contract at a price that basically investors will kill for. Okay? You get what I'm saying? So that's the idea. You're able to secure these deals. Investors do not have the luxury of time the way you probably have luxury of time. Okay, and that's why you're extremely valuable in the game. You bring all these leads and contracts to the table. Investors, so let's say for example the property that's worth $100,000, you were able to, it needs about $10,000 worth of repair. So you estimated you can't pay more than $65,000 minus the $10,000 of repair. Now you can pay $55,000, but you're smarter than that. You say, hey, how much are you looking to get rid of the property? You say, well, if I don't know, what offer do you have? You say, listen, if we close in 10 days, if you close very quickly in 10 days, all cash, you walk away, you don't have to worry about repairing it, you don't have to worry about closing costs, anything like that, would you accept $35,000? Remember, you could pay up to 55, right? But if they said 35, are you crazy? No. So tell me, what are you looking for? I mean, maybe, I don't know, if you have 45, we'll do the deal and keep it moving, right? If that happens, you just hit a jackpot, because you can actually afford to pay up to $55,000 for it. So you turn around, you lock up a contract for 45, right? And then you go back into the same software, PropStream, this software right here. Let me show you. Let's go back to show PropStream, right? You go back into the same software, right? And you go find a cash buyer. So let's look for a city around the nation. Let's go to New Orleans, right? New Orleans, Louisiana. That will be, let's find a property of the day from Louisiana. New Orleans. Let's see. New Orleans, Louisiana. Okay. All right. So you can see Louisiana is a pretty busy market. There's 2,400 properties on the market on the MLS. You can see all of this. You can also see there's 13,000 cash buyers. So you have a contract in your hands that 13,000 people can potentially take away from your hands in exchange for what we call an assignment fee. $5,000 assignment fee. They can afford to pay up to 70% of what it. So let me do the math again for you really quickly. Quick math, okay? A person who wants to buy and fix up this property, the investor can afford to pay up to 70% in most markets. In certain busy markets, they can afford to pay up to 84%, right? That's basically the arbitrage spread that you can make money with. But let's keep it simple. Let's say it's 70%, right? 70%, they can pay up to 70%. What's 70% of $100,000? They can pay up to $70,000 all cost in for that property. You picked up the property for 45. Remember, you picked it up for 45, right? But remember, they have to repair it too for $10,000. Let's say the estimate of repair was off. It was $15,000. And that's possible in this game. It's just a game, right? It's a beautiful game that you can make money from, right? So let's say $15,000. So they can afford to pay $70,000. $70,000 minus $15,000. That's basically what? $55,000. You got it for $45,000. They're happy to give you $10,000 to get that contract away from you. You assign the right to purchase this property. You assign it to them direct. You assign it to them, to that cash buyer investor for $10,000. You collect $10,000, you keep it moving, you keep marketing, you keep collecting the deals like that. You find a deal that's really good for your own portfolio, you keep it, you don't sell it. Maybe you've done very well for yourself, you fixed your credit, you have some money stuck around, you're able to put some down payment down, and then you start building your own portfolio. You sell some, you keep some, you sell some, you keep some. That is the game right there, okay? So like I was showing you earlier, this last stage is deal disposition. This is the point where you have to look for buyers, right? You find a willing and able buyer. How do you find a willing and able buyer? Right here in the same software, cash buyers, right? There's cash buyers right here. So if I click, I can click, I set this up this way, but you could literally go here, right? And there are a few ways to find cash buyer. You go under here and say where it says quick list choices. You go here and you can click on cash buyers. All of your own software will come with that. You click on that in New Orleans, right? Now you can go back and say, I want only cash buyers from a certain number of dates into the past, right? By the way, the data, I pulled that from here as well. I'll show you that in a second, but I have other videos on this platform that will show you that. And if you want hands-on coaching and structured training, just come right through realestatemoneysecrets.com. Let's see here. So if we go back here, we'll go to properties, says cash buyers. I can say, you know, I only want cash buyers for residential. I only want cash buyer for single and multi-family up to 2-4 families, right? I can scroll down and go to ownership information. I can say last sales date. I want that to be only 1 year into the past. So that will be 2021. We could just put that at that, right? And I can click X on this. I have 645 cash buyers that I can find. So let's just make this, let's see, sales price, cash, these are all cash buyers, right? So let's just make this the property of the day. Let's do that. Or on the property of the day segment right now. We have 2810 O'Reilly Street, New Orleans, right? Let's look at that. You could tell that this property was brand newly renovated recently. You can see the interior is brand new work, right? You can see that. So that's basically investors, right? They're the one that buy. This is the person you're looking for. Because again, retail market most likely will not want that property because it needs $10,000 worth of work, right? Look at that. All right. So that's the property. It's a simple property. Somebody just renovated it. I don't even think the sidings are new, right? You can see that property newly renovated. That's probably a new heating system, right? What are you looking for? You're looking for the cash buyer's information. The cash buyer information right here is Jupiter Property Manager LLC. Okay, you could literally take this information. We could go straight into Google and go see what we come up with. We can see some information, Open Corporate on opencorporate.com, right? Not only that, you can see this information. You can see the owner of the information from opencorporate.com. Give you a quick tips. Just Google the LLC right away. There are also, once you Google it like this, you now know that you can always come back to opencorporate.com and search for other LLCs around the nation, right?